Welcome, everyone, to Heroic Story and to our signature show, Bonfire, the fast-paced multiplayer word game for storytellers. I'm your host, Ron Ogden. They call me The Chronicle. Do you get it? My co-host today is your Jinn, who looks suspiciously like actor, writer, director, Sandeep Parikh.
You know, I'll never not get it. Just so you know, you always ask, and I always get it. I just want to be clear, I get it.
Araxar, I'm not asking you. I'm asking the people who are watching. Because,
yes,
I assume that we have new people every time.
My name is being deleted. That's true. Okay, there's new people. And so they don't understand. We have this sort of routine at the top where he calls me this Sandeep Parikh person, but actually I'm a Rakthar. Okay? We both must be very sexy, 1,000-year-old supernatural wish-granting sorcerers. But I am this one. I'm a Rakthar. He's just my sort of in-world body double. And I'm the Jinn. I'm the Jinn for the audience. So audience, listen, I'm going to be submitting your answers, chat, and your votes for the show. And I'm doing it at your behest. I'm but your servant. I'm chained to your whims and your wishes on my command. Cronald.
Yes.
Cronny, I got to be honest, okay? Look, I know I make the I'm very sexy joke thing, but I'm hitting 1,000. Genie's peak at 800.
You don't look a day over 400.
I'm feeling insecure.
Well, I'm sorry. How can I help you? Can I just tell you a little bit of how I feel? I do, incredibly so.
Okay.
Yeah. You are a good-looking Jinn. That's all I gotta say. Feeling better?
Okay. Yeah, I do feel better.
Yeah?
I think you're just saying it, but it doesn't matter. I'll take it.
I am just saying it, but I mean it as well.
Oh. Okay. Great. Yeah, I'll take both. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, well, look, if you're here from the Discord, if you're a word weaver, a pictomancer, if you're from the Iron Gate Guild, let's drop some emotes into chat there. I mean, I literally need this as sustenance. My core magic will bleed out. I'm gonna crumble into desert dust. It's really gross. It looks like Raiders of the Lost Ark when you open the Ark and the guy's face melts. Like that's what we're talking about here. So I need emotes in chat to live. Kron. Right?
You've seen it. I mean, look, I'm the same way. I love emotes, especially on Twitch. There's a little thing that people don't talk about, but I think we live in a time in which we have the greatest communication device known to man called a GIF.
It truly is.
I'm just saying, it's a way to really accurately include tone in communication over the
You're very right. It's beyond the picture that is worth 1,000 words. A GIF is worth 10,000 words.
I agree.
So
that's why I have about 10,000 of them.
Yeah. I wish we could drop those in the chat, but I'm seeing some. Thank you for restoring my magic, everybody. I'm seeing some great. Oh, by the way, some of these emotes in chat might look new and interesting because they are new sub emotes. If you sub to Heroic Stories. So if you do, you can see Heroic Stories. It's got some, and these are characters that have been, Fortune of Origins. They have been, contest winners that are now in emotes. So that's what you're seeing from No Rat, from Heroic Story. So check it out.
Incredible.
So if you sub to the channel, you will have access to these really cool emotes.
I love that. I didn't even know that. That's news to me. Look at that. Learning together.
I forgot to put it into the script. And here we are.
Well, they are beautiful. We got a Valir heart out there, and it looks like a Lind drool, a Lind drool, which I enjoy. Well, Heroic Story is a community of artists and storytellers that's building heroic worlds together. We run art and writing contests weekly. We have a guild of creators to earn lucrative bounties, and we host free creative workshops.
Hold on, I gotta call this out. Noni Moose just subscribed for 3 months in advance to this channel, so that's pretty nice. Noni's from the F and Funny community, so shout out to you, Noni. Thank you so much for your sub. Amazing.
Well, we have free creative workshops, and we'll have cool free things as well.
Oh, that's right. I talk about that. So listen, everybody, you can get a free thing right now. If you like free things, this is how you do it. You type in command POA. That's P is for Peter, O is for Oswald, and A is for Aswald, his brother. And so if you do that right now, I'm going to do it right now, just so you see. It's going to link you to instructions on how to connect to your Twitch account to receive a free airdropped digital collectible just for watching. POA stands for proof of attendance, and so you get this spectacular souvenir just for hanging out. And if you watch the stream long enough, we're going to airdrop it to you. No funds required to create the account. It was actually my first NFT ever was getting one of these. And now what's super crazy is that, look, this is our third to last show of our beta run before we go dark and come out as something new and amazing. And these POAs are going to grant you access to our official NFT collection when we announce it. So it's not just a token of gratitude. It is now it has powers beyond that. So you will get access to this official NFT collection both for anyone else if you drop that POA. So get in there. And we just got another sub from Night Stalker Z. So thank you so much for that subscription.
Thank you, Night Stalker. And fear not, everyone. Araxar has said that this is that we're going dark, but we're going dark to cocoon up and come out even more powerfully. And I believe a couple of weeks ago, somebody said a butterfly with a six-pack. I think that's what we're going to come out with. We're going to cocoon and then come out as a butterfly with muscles and a six-pack, because that's what we know is important. So I believe it is time to part the veil of reality and for all of us to enter Fortunata. Fortunata, the land of many cities, where empires war and dark magic lures the brave to the mountain green desert basin. Long ago, in the time of the Nameless Kingdom, a great civilization of mystics ruled our realm. They created enormous wonders, but their pursuit of arcane powers unleashed great evil upon the world, and their civilization was lost, swallowed by the desert of no return. Now, a great game is played across Fortunata, between the four empires, each vying for control of the treasures and objects of power sleeping beneath the sands. Looting the desert is the path to fortune, or a meeting with death, madness, or worse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Indeed. I always love that part.
Epic, amazing. I'm going to give you 6 genie high fives.
6 genie high fives.
Out of 10.
I got 8 last time.
But genie high fives are more valuable than the butterfly app. So on the scale, you're actually improving. I just changed the item, so it's confusing. But the point is you're getting better. Okay,
thank you.
Don't
thank
sweat
you.
it.
I'm trying. What you're all about to witness is a beta test of our game show, Bonfire. In Bonfire, storytellers will have 7 rounds where they compete against each other and you, the live audience, to build an epic story. So, who are the mere mortals who dare enter the Bonfire Circle armed with nothing but their wits, imagination, keyboards, and the sheer audacity to go up against you in chat? Well, let's meet them now, shall we? First up, welcome to Bonfire, Winnie Kemp. Winnie is the head of development at Jump Cut Media, a new Web3 entertainment company that is launching narrative-driven NFT projects with creative and financial co-ownership for their communities. Sound familiar? Welcome to Bonfire, Winnie. Say hello to chat, and let's hear your best smack talkery. I want you to speaketh the rubbish as to why you will be the victor and why all of these other posers will be driven to obscurity. Go.
Hi, everybody. So excited to be here. I am the worst smack talker, so no one could be worse at smack talking than me.
Oh, she's calling it out.
I
Who
like
can
that.
top her worstness?
Seriously, she turned it around on us.
That's right.
On us.
It's still
All
a
right,
challenge.
There's a challenge for the rest of our players. Player 2 this evening is one of my favorite people, Jason Charles Miller, a singer, a songwriter, a voice actor, and Dungeons & Dragons personality. Welcome, Jason Charles Miller. Say hi to chat, and now it's your turn for Smack Talkery. Go.
Well, I will simply say that for my answers today, I will keep them secret. I will keep them safe. But I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to beat you in this game.
Here's what I love is no one here knows that that's not your voice. So you can just do that the whole time and everybody just be like, that's what this guy sounds like.
Oh man. Okay. Next up, you have shoes to fill. That was a Gandalf impression and incredible. Next up is VividVivka. VividVivka dresses up as original characters for her TikTok, throw down on some Magic the Gathering, and is a virtuoso of the geeky. Timid at first, she will bite if threatened. Oh, well, hello.
Hello.
It is your turn.
Don't
to
make
say
it
hi
weird,
to chat. And let's. I am still thrown off by the Gandalf. I got to be honest. I'm thrown off by the Gandalf.
What was that? Third is bad. All right. The bar is low. First place, I'm going to be below. And I am so sorry because I'm going to be really bad at this. But we're going to have fun.
Dropping them rhymes. Dropping them rhymes. That's
Dropping them
pretty good.
down.
I like it.
Dropping
like
them
it too.
sideways. But we hear.
All right. Well, our final player is all of you. So let's hear your shite speak. Put it in chat for us. We'd like to see if you think you can win again this time.
Yeah, we won last time.
Indeed.
So we gotta defend the crown. We gotta keep that ember with us. So let's go. I want to hear some derriere discourse. I want to hear some gong fermorious twaddle. I don't think I'm saying that right. Rattle your sabers. We're getting some more biting of thumbs. Very Romeo and Juliet. Victory shall be ours, says Dova Rich. I agree. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Barbarian Zoomies. Let's make it happen. I feel strong. I think we're going to make this happen this week. Let's go. Defend the crown back to back. Chat wins.
The bar is low, but my morale is lower. Ooh, take that.
My team. My team.
All right, well, from one of the four of you, a winner will be chosen and gifted an ember from the flame imperishable. And there it is. Oop, wrong side. It's right here. It's this little flame.
Look at that.
Right there.
Do you
That's
see?
our flame.
Behold.
I am a servant of the secret fire. Go back to the abyss! Chronicle!
He may actually stay in character this entire time.
He might. He might.
I hope you do. Zellum says, "I'm afraid of the voice." Not gonna lie in chat, and I think everyone's with you.
Well, today we're going to build a story lore for the world of Fortunata, but first we need a story spark, a character and an inciting incident that comes to us from our incredible artists and writers in the Heroic Story Discord. This week, a great danger is facing the Griffins of Fortunata, threatening them with the extinction. What might be the source of this danger, and what will King Brightwing do to avert it and protect his clan?
Yes, I mean, I think something really cool is what the king's going to do, right, chat? We're going to do something great. I mean, his first name rhymes, so he's got that going for him. So this is going to help. It's like a freebie for rhyme time, you know?
When you're a leader and your name rhymes, you lead better.
I think so.
It's a fact.
That's how that
goes.
It's
just a fact. The art was created by one of our artists.
Millie and Vanilli. Sorry, guys.
Well played. The art was created by one of our art contest winners, Cool Blue BTH. Congratulations, Cool Blue, and wonderful art. Players and chat, based upon what you see here, I need you to give me a power and a flaw that you think would be used to describe King Brightwing. We need a power and a flaw. And I will make the decisions because that's the only power I have.
That includes chat as well, so start dropping in some ideas for a power and flaw.
So
Use what you see.
Just 2 words or 4?
You can
These are just throw out what you want. It doesn't have to be limited. You know, let's discuss a power that our King Brightwing has, and let's discuss a flaw that they may have.
Because I am unsure. Is that a griffin that I'm looking at, or is that the king? Or both?
That is a king of griffins. That is a griffin king called King Brightwing.
Yes, so that is the king of griffins, who is also a member of the class of griffins as well.
And that's why he's wearing the Thanato glove. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Is that what those are? Gloves?
They look sort of like it looks.
Sure.
I guess I could see that.
It looks just like the same gloves that I use when I'm washing my dishes. Exact same ones.
We have in chat someone says unsure of himself.
Oh,
interesting
so
choice for a
secretly
kid.
sort of insecure. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
maybe.
We got
Hollywood.
Dova Rich says King Brightwing has psionic powers. That's interesting. He uses to enchant the emeralds in his claws. His flaw is that the gems have stolen his power to fly. Interesting.
Right.
What do you guys got?
What about What do you have? What do you guys have?
I typed it in. I'm not supposed to do that.
I also typed it in.
Yes, I thought he was all typing.
No, we made the mistake of forgetting to tell you about this opening round where we just kind of like come up with a little bit of color for this character together before we get into the story. sorry are bad. So just you can throw them out. You can just say them out loud for this round.
What if the king has the power of regeneration, but he's also very clumsy?
Ooh, I like
All
it.
right.
I
All right,
like
Andy.
him having the power of forevision, so we can see slightly into the future.
Oracle
But
type
he
thing.
has a terrible anger that he cannot control that burns like a fire.
Ooh, yes, sounds like my father.
What do we got from chat, Arathar? Anything else from chat?
So many good ones. Okay, exceedingly handsome among griffins, but short-sighted.
Is that a power?
Yeah, sure. His power is matched only by his arrogance. Power of lightning that can strike down multiple opponents at once, but takes 15 seconds per opponent to cast. Very specific. So he's got a cooldown timer.
He's got a very specific cooldown time.
Adriosa Brightwing is a terrible penchant for collecting flowers that he's allergic to. Can that be that thingy?
Right.
Controls the weather, but his flaw is his confidence or lack of confidence. So lots of good, interesting stuff. So I don't know,
Indeed.
Cronny, what do you feel?
I really like Winnie's flaw of him having quick temper. I feel like that's
Great.
very Griffin to me. That feels very Griffin to me. But Vivka, excuse me, if you could say what you thought his power should be again.
Regeneration.
Regeneration. I
Did
like that
Jason
of
tell us
Griffin.
anything?
But clumsy.
No.
Hold on.
There's so
We
many
didn't get
good
Jason.
ideas. I thought maybe his power would be to silence Erakthar. And his flaw would be that he doesn't use it enough.
I mean, that's a good one.
The shit talking part is over. It's over.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't have to
excuse me.
That's hurtful. That's
So I
hurtful.
have chosen, I'm setting the canon. Brightwing has the power of regeneration and a flaw of a quick temper. The Chronicle has the keyed it canon, and with that, the story spark is ignited. Now, I bet you're wondering, dear storytellers, how do I play this bonfire you speak of? So here's how the rounds work. Each round corresponds to one spot on the hero's journey and will result in one phrase that will be cemented into the story. Each round consists of two phases. First, the nomination phase. I'll provide a specific prompt with the rules for the player's entries, and each player and the audience will get 120 seconds to submit. The voting phase follows. Each of the players will now have the opportunity to cast a single vote for their favorite entry. Now keep in mind, you cannot vote for your own entry. The winner of the round gets 50 points for every vote they get.
Oh, so a cool strat might be to, vote for the bad one so that mine has a better chance of winning, right? Isn't that
No,
right?
that's
Not-
terrible.
Oh.
You also get 40 points if you choose the winning answer. So please vote for the entry that best progresses the story and its epicness. And since there are 4 players, ties will be decided by yours truly, the Chronicle. Again, very limited power. I'm going to use it when I can. In the end, the player with the most points is crowned victor of our bonfire.
I still have the power to speak, so I'll say this part. And then we're going to turn this story into a one-of-one digital collectible. That's a Fortunata Origin, a rare and legendary card that will be up for auction after the show. And everyone knows now that these are our last 3 shows, this, and then we have 2 more. And so these are your last chances to own a Fortunata Origin card. And if you get one, guess what? You're also going to, it's basically a 2-for-1. You also get a free NFT from the official collection when it comes out later this year, along with all the perks that come with it. And our sincere thanks for being an early supporter of Heroic Story. So you can, right? There's some links popping up in chat right now on how you can go ahead and find out more about the auction, join our Discord, and don't forget that proof of attendance right now to get a free NFT, that grants you the access early.
All right,
That's all I
those are
got.
the sacred written in stone rules that I'm sure to change next week. But for now, let the bonfire begin. It's time for round 1, the ordinary world. Now a reminder, a great danger is facing the griffins of Fortunata, threatening them with extinction. What might be the source of this danger, and what will King Brightwing do to avert it and protect his clan? Storytellers, you're going to have 120 seconds to come up with how the story starts, where the episode begins, what is King Brightwing's ordinary world but this game is a fill in the blank. So, your fill in the blank is every morning, King Brightwing assembled his subjects to blank. Your 6 words, 120 seconds. Most creative response starts right now.
Okay, so I joined a little late, but we're in there, guys. We're in there. Don't worry. So go ahead. Let's get some answers. So okay, we got like a morning ritual here. He always assembles his subjects. Like, what is he up to? Is he checking them for defects? Like, what's his deal? That's up to you,
Keep in mind his
audience.
power is regeneration and that he has quick temper. He has a hot temper.
Maybe he's like utilizing that power on his subjects or something like that. Is there a way he can transfer it? Are they doing yoga? It's all up to you right now.
Dover Rich, great answer. I like that one.
Yep, I love it. So my strategy is always to get an answer in quick and then see if something else tops it later.
I'm sorry, Jason Charles Miller. That was not enough words. We need 6 total words.
I think I put a hyphen in one.
Yes, be careful with hyphens. Sometimes they will miscount words.
Krantz, that's pretty... that one's pretty good. I can't say these out loud because we don't want our, rivals to catch wind of them in case it makes it into the voting round. Oh my gosh, Zullum always with great stuff. Man, I got kind of too many good ones.
Looked like Winnie was the first player across the finish line. How are you feeling about your answer, Winnie? Feeling confident?
I like this one. I keep trying to come up with new ones, but I'm not putting new ones in. So
Oh, great.
I know we'll see.
All right. Vivid, you look like you're contemplating over there.
I hear a heartbeat.
You said that you had a lot of good ones. Could I have one?
Sharing is caring.
It is. We have 5 seconds left. I think everybody has theirs in, if I'm reading this correctly, but 5 seconds before we move on to. It is now time for the voting phase. Storytellers, cast your vote. Audience, you too, drop your vote into chat. Reminder, including you, audience, you cannot vote for yourself, and I'll cover them now. Number 1, jumping jacks, slaps, yoga headstands. Number 2, heal the masses, angry with lines. Number 3, flap their wings, yodel at monks. And number 4, worship the sun and forgotten stars. All right. Our game was fill in the blank. Every morning, King Brightwing assembled his subjects to blank. Who answered it best? It's time to get your vote, including you, chat. Make sure you use your chat to vote for your best option here in the stream.
The poll is up right now with the 3 selections that you can make. Remember, we can't vote for our own. I think the poll is incorrect right now. I'll just say that.
What?
Jeff. So listen, we can't vote for that one. We can only I'm gonna. How do I do this without giving it away? Interesting. Looks like it's not gonna matter because the correct number is winning. But right now, Winkler fired.
We'll just fix all this in post. We'll fix all this in post.
I literally texted you the number to not put in, and you put in that number. Bring back Alyssa. She was doing it last week, and she's away. So everybody, let's start a Bring Back Alyssa campaign. I'll just say this: the middle one I'll take for -1 for an entry.
The middle one, there's 4.
No,
yes,
chat only has 3 in their poll. Yeah. One of them should not be their own answer.
Right, so they can't vote for the one that they could, but...
However, Jeff Winkler, who lives at this address... No, I'm just kidding.
See, that's what happens when you anger Araxar. You get doxxed. That's how that works.
Araxar.
The stakes are higher than I thought.
You cannot dox.
You cannot dox.
All right. I don't know if it's clear. Should we rerun the poll? How do you want to handle that, Arakthar?
No, it's good enough.
Okay. All right.
Because we didn't
Audience
select ours
votes.
at least, so.
Audience votes are in. Let's see who wins. Ooh, we've got a tie. It's a two-way tie between Worship the Sun and Forgotten Stars and Flap Their Wings and Yodel at Monks. I typically take some time in ties like this one, but I like one very strongly. So I'm not even going to ask what your opinion is. I'm going to make the decision. It's Worship the Sun and Forgotten Stars.
Very well.
All right, now let's see who won. Winner is Winnie with Worship the Sun and Forgotten Stars.
The proudest moment of my life. Thank you.
Well done, Winnie.
Very
Vivid,
powerful.
the audience and I all voted for you. Please
just wanna
tell us
say-
what you were thinking.
Oh.
Go ahead, Arakthar.
No, just that the other one was the audiences, and so we there. You have angered the masses. is
I'm
all
sorry
saying.
for angering you, audience, but that was a strong story-driven choice. The chronicalness of me demanded I choose that
It
one.
is
So,
your
Winnie,
liege. You are our liege in that.
I
regard.
felt like it was a good beginning to have something that was sort of more peaceful so that we could, really make it more turbulent later. So that was the thought.
Right.
behind it.
All right. Well, congratulations. So, as the round winner, well, let me tell you the score first. You got, because Vivid, the audience, and I all voted for you, you get 150 points. Audience got 40. Vivid also, since you voted for the correct one, you get 40. I also get 40 points, but I don't have any points. So that's just how that works. So as the round winner, Winnie, you will have to come up with a sound effect, noise, or short phrase of dialogue that will be a marker or identifier for this round when I do the recap. Are you ready for that? You got a couple of seconds.
I'm preparing myself.
All right, prepare yourself. I'm going to cover the score. After our first round in the lead with 150 points, Winnie in second place, tied for second. Audience and VividVivka.
Yeah.
JCM, unfortunately, you have not yet scored, but it's
I
just the
forgot
first
that it's
round.
not supposed to be funny anymore. You made it so funny in rehearsal. Ricky Bobby and all that.
Well, all right, it's time for our story recap. Get ready, Winnie. We are discussing apologies. 1 second. A great danger is facing the Griffins of Fortunata, threatening them with extinction. What might be the source of this danger, and what will King Brightwing, quick-tempered with regeneration, do to avert it and protect his clan? Well, we learned in the first round in the ordinary world, every morning King Brightwing assembled his subjects to worship the sun and forgotten stars.
Ah.
Wow, great. Lovely. Thank you for giving us that with your voice. That was beautiful.
I felt it. I just felt it and it came out.
You're on pitch.
That's
all I
what we
gotta
love
say.
about it. Love about that. All right. It's time for round 2. The Heart's Desire. We're going to discuss what is it that King Brightwing greatest need. What is their heart? What do they want? You're going to get rhyme time, 6 words. This is the game. You must have a single rhyme. A single rhyme. The rhyme scheme is up to the player. 120 seconds. It starts right now.
I have a feeling that a King Brightwing rhyme is not going to win this. We got to do better. We got to reach a little deeper than probably just King Brightwing. So, but I mean, you can include it, but we got to figure out what is, maybe beyond all this royalty and all this, this position of power. What's the thing that the king really, really wants? Maybe he doesn't even know he wants that thing. I really liked the first round, Cronny. I was thinking, those forgotten stars, especially since we're going to be dealing with some potential extinction event.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's their ancestors or something like that, It's so that I feel like it could tie in kind of in a poetic way.
Indeed, and it kind of gives a nod to when you talk about stars, that's when we talk about a little bit of oracle, maybe some prophecy might come in. So a king of this power, especially if they have regenerative ability, could easily be prophetic as well. So there's a lot of options here.
I like it.
But I do like that you ask the Heart's Desire. It is not always that the hero knows what their greatest desire is.
Right. Sometimes
keep that
it's
in mind.
they think it's one thing. Maybe they have a want, but it's not necessarily their need.
Right.
Oh, KJ, that's a good one, but I think it needs to rhyme. Reminder, it needs to rhyme. I need something here, audience. We're getting close to time.
Indeed, you've got about 40 seconds left.
Oh no.
JCM, did you not go funny this time?
Is
Did
that
you go serious this time?
Yes. Suppose you think that's very funny.
Yes, I do, in fact. Gandalf, I'm sorry. I did not mean to get on your curmudgeonly side. I apologize.
Yes,
I don't
good
know
point,
how to
Zellum. Good
spell
point.
this word.
All right, 5 seconds left.
I don't
I
know
hear a
how to
heartbeat
Google it.
now. All right, it's time to vote. Number 1, stars so high makes Brightwing sigh. Number 2, save the griffins from plagued conditions. Number 3, peace and relaxation for the nation. And number 4, stop the bleed, create more seed.
Oh man,
Man, these are very good. These are all
this is
very
difficult.
Really good. This is a
Good.
hard
These are
one.
all-
I gotta say, I like the poeticness of the first one. You know, in a way, it's not clear, specific in terms of like, oh, he wants this thing, but it's like he aspires to. Again, if the stars in the sky are their ancestors, then he aspires to maybe to achieve great heights like they did,
It's very ephemeral and poetic.
which I think griffins are.
They
I'm
are.
just throwing that out there.
I feel like the sigh is not so much quick to temper, personally.
Well, maybe that's the
but
thing that calms
the
him
stars
down.
are high. I mean, absolutely, for sure. I also liked save the griffins from plague conditions. You know, there's always a regenerative king not knowing what to. I feel like there's some irony there, or not being able to help his people because he's able to regenerate, but they are not. And then also stop the bleed, create more seed. Always a good. We are going extinct story, right? Somebody really took the
You gotta get more
extinction story
seed.
here.
You
Yeah, got to
get
create more.
seed.
Hey, look, if you're going extinct, got to make more babies. That's for sure.
That's definitely for sure.
Absolutely.
Peace and relaxation for the nation. I kind of like that one too because it's like for everyone. It's not about what he wants. It's like I want this for everyone.
We can only
But-
face this extinction problem if we are calm and relaxed and can think clearly.
That's right.
Also, a
and
very good way.
And it's also it ties to his own personal rage in a way, which I like. So audience, the poll is up. I think I have a clear winner, so I might jump the gun on this and vote ahead before this time elapses unless I see something in the next few seconds. Oh, actually, one of them's making a comeback just as I speak. Just as I speak it. Well,
You
well,
spoke
well.
it into existence.
I sure did. I'm gonna let this
On
play
the
out.
edge of my seat.
Let me say there's some other good ones in here that I did not choose. Let's see. There was one. Wants divine wishing staff, does math. Which I thought was interesting. Wishes it were cold, getting old.
Oh, Neuralis.
Alice, The light of divine sight. That's pretty cool.
Ooh,
If I had
I do
seen, I
like
think that
that.
one came in too
Wow,
late.
That
was
one's
pretty
really good.
I would have probably chosen that if that came in time.
Wait, but that's only 5 words. The light of divine sight.
See, there you go. Another reason I couldn't have
Technicality.
All right, our votes are in. Let's see who wins. Winner is VividVivka with Save the Griffins from Plague Conditions.
I couldn't.
Congratulations,
I didn't
Vivid.
know how
You
to
get
spell like leprous. I wanted to do leprous conditions, but I was like, I don't. None of these look right. Like just kept
Plague
spelling
works.
doesn't matter. You can.
Yeah. We don't check
We don't-
spelling,
we don't
but
check-
plague
we don't
was
spell
a good alternative word as well. Well, you win 100 points this round, 50 from JCM and 50 from the audience, which audience and JCM, you both get 40
Yes.
points as well. Vivid, what
Take it.
was going on in your mind when you decided to do plague conditions? What drove you to that decision?
I was trying to establish why they are going extinct. And much like you picked up on, I figure if the king has regenerative power, I thought that maybe like part of the story of that his own incredible power is not enough.
Yeah, I like that. Very strong,
In my
strong
head, it's
story
still
choice.
leprosy. I just don't know how to spell it.
Well, that's fair enough. It is a difficult word to spell for sure. Well, congratulations. As I said before, you will make a sound, noise, or line of dialogue as I recap. But you'll have a little time to do that as I go over our score. After our second round, in the lead is Winnie with 150 points. Right behind them with 140, VividVivka. Audience has 80, and JCM, you are on the board with 40.
At least I'm on the board.
At least you're on the board. All right, now it's time for a story recap. A great danger is facing the Griffins of Fortunata, threatening them with extinction. What might be the source? Well, it is King Brightwing's job, who is quick-tempered and with a great power of regeneration to figure it out. And in the first round, we learned the ordinary world. Every morning, King Brightwing assembled his subjects to worship the sun and forgotten stars.
Oh, we need the sound effect.
Sound effect time. Oh, we can't hear you, Winnie. You're muted, Winnie.
Sorry, here I am.
It's
That was
time
the
to
best
worship the
version of it,
sun
too.
and forgotten stars. Perfect. In the second round, we learned that the king's greatest desire is to save the Griffins from plague conditions.
Healing magic.
All right, healing magic.
Healing
That
magic.
is important and a very good way to heal people. So it's time to move to round 3, an unfamiliar situation. This is where we will introduce the antagonist or the main obstacle of our story. So keep that in mind. Your acronym is Talon. Talon is your acronym.
We've got to jump to the NFT.
I heard. Okay, I apologize. Couldn't hear that.
It's all right.
We're gonna have to take a pause here. It's time to take a brief intermission where the players can take a little bio break. We can stretch their legs and down some performance-enhancing mushroom tea, and where we get to check in on the auction for the NFT we generated last week. You'll recall last week that we created a story about Magda, a member of an organization of non-magic users called the Rakshika, who was sent to the city of Grenadine to stop a renegade mage from blowing up the city.
Yes, so check out this gorgeous rendering of Magda. I love this art. And we do have a bid.
Ooh.
Ron.
We have a bid.
Yes, we were wondering, well, we're going to get a bid. We got a bid this time, which I'm pretty excited about. And this guy is a collector or gal or a non-binary. We don't know, but because we only know that they're AS1337 elite, AS elite. So they have collected in previous some of the previous Fortunata Origins, which is pretty cool. So
Yeah, this really looks like it could be the back of a deck of cards. It kind of looks like that to me, the art here.
Well,
I really love that.
Yes, and speaking of the back, great segue to on the reverse, right, is the story that we made from last week. I wouldn't do it justice with my voice. Do you want to recap that story?
I will. Here we go. Another day, another bad prediction. Magda is closing in on her target, the renegade Melissa, when bad news comes from the Oracle. Melissa pulls the pin on her grenade spell, causing Magda to drop her celebratory renegade lemonade. When the smoke clears, Melissa controls the minds of everyone in Grenadine. To keep her sanity, Magda binds her mind to the Oracle. When Magda opens her mouth, she sees that her voice is bound as well. A blinding noise escapes her lips and burns the town. Failure is also winning.
I still think your reading of it should be attached to the NFT somehow.
I agree.
That would be so cool.
It would be very cool.
But listen, if you are interested in making a bid, you can do so right now by clicking on the link that's in chat. We've dropped it in there. This is on OpenSea. There's 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to bid on this item. There's only one bidder, so maybe you got a chance to grab it. And remember, if you get this one, that's like buying a second one because you're going to get one from our official collection when it finally comes out later on this year. So 2 for 1. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
That's right.
I mean, I guess 3 for 1 would be better, but we're not doing that.
Or 4 for
no.
1, or any number greater than 2 for 1.
Damn it, you can get better than that, but we're not going to get better than that for this specific okay? So this is your chance to get in. I got one. I got number 10. Pretty happy with that one. It's the first show that I hosted. I wanted a piece of memorabilia for the experience that I had on the show, so I grabbed one. It's my first time buying an NFT. So I'm officially a digital collector now. I feel pretty good about that. And remember, you can get a free one as well in terms of our POA. Type in command POA right now, and you get a proof of attendance NFT just merely for hanging out here and watching the show. Good
Very
deal,
easy.
right?
You can sign up with your Discord account. Or your Twitch, excuse me. I think it's your
And if
Twitch
you've done it
account.
before, you can do it
Discord.
again. I found out because I thought maybe I did it once, but no, you get a different one for each time you do
Ooh.
it. So if you've already done it in previous shows, you get a new POA that's specific
So
to
even the POAs are collectible.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly. And who knows what utility we're going to add to those going forward.
All right.
Right.
I
Everyone
think
is
we've
back
got
in
our
their seat.
players back. Welcome back, players. I'd like to show you a little preview of what your NFT will look like this evening after we finish completing the game. This was last week's result. As you can see, community-based art there, the story, inciting incident by our writers in the Discord.
Maybe a quick moment to check in with Winnie. I would love to hear what you guys kind of do in this
Oh, yeah.
space and what you think about what we're doing.
Yeah, I just think this card is beautiful, by the way. I love the community art. I just think it's so creative, and I love that people are collaboratively building story together. I'm a producer in Hollywood, and so it's for so long been, kind of what very few people in power say the audience wants, but oftentimes they're super out of touch. And I think Web3 is such an incredible way to be able to tap into this collective creativity where people can create together. And that's really what Jump Cut, where I'm head of development, is building projects where you can do that. So it's awesome to see how this community works and how creative they've been. We're sort of at the beginning of our journey and starting to launch projects. So it's just incredible to sort of see how awesome it is to build a story together.
It's why I'm here. It's why I like to host the show. It feels very community driven. The community is very talented, and they're very, very, very passionate and loyal. So
Yeah. And I just have to mention the profits that we do get from the NFT go back directly into running these contests for the artists and the writers in the community. So, they're all winning cold hard cash when they
right.
submit their art as well.
That's incredible.
It's a way to support our artists, which I think is really cool.
All right. Well, I think it's time to get back to the game. We're in round 3, an unfamiliar situation. This is where we will introduce the antagonist to our story. Uh-oh. Apologies. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear
Okay,
you.
great. I had something.
You just look
apologies.
awesome.
Of course, I look awesome.
I will
1
definitely
second.
not, cut that out and sort of Photoshop in spurious items. Don't worry.
All right. I have returned. We're in round 3, an unfamiliar situation. The game is an acronym. Unfamiliar situation. Please introduce the antagonist or the main obstacle of our story in this round. Your acronym is Talon. Talon is your acronym. You'll get 120 seconds. It starts right now.
TALO. Oh, there it is. Okay, great.
I was just gonna spell it just in case. TALON. That's right. And so yeah, this is like we're entering unfamiliar territory. So the Griffin, our king, what does he know so far? So he's doing his normal routine to start the day. Worshiping the sun god, thinking about ancestors, looking up, thinking about the forgotten. And what happens? He's got a desire, right?
Right. We know that his desire is that he wants to save his population from a plagued condition. So
Yes.
it seems that it would follow the unfamiliar situation might be this plagued condition. But what is it that's so interesting about the plague condition? What is that main obstacle he has to overcome?
I completely agree. That's a great place to sort of drill down on. Maybe what is the source of the plague, or give us something maybe tangible about, where the Griffin is going, where King Brightwing is headed.
Raise
and
the
is
stakes a
unfamiliar
bit.
to get us into this adventure. He sees what's happening. It's spreading throughout his clan. how is he gonna, who's he going after to stop this? So let's see. I'm getting
I
some
have
good
an
stuff
answer,
from
and it could
chat.
go one of two ways, and I don't know which one.
Well,
Tough.
quick, you got to make a decision. You got 30 seconds.
Something's in.
All right. Well, you can change. You have up to 30 seconds to change it if you so desire. If you feel like the other one's stronger, you convince yourself to go the other way. You can submit it if you would like. Still 20 seconds left until we get the audience answer in here. There it is. 10 seconds left. I'm just now hearing the heartbeat. Love that
The heartbeat it signifies that we're getting 30 seconds, and then it gets faster at 15, I believe. So.
All right, it's time to vote. Number 1, the apocalyptic Lich of Nether. Number 2, the ancient lord over Nightwing. Number 3, the ailment languishes our niece. And number 4, troubled, angry leprechaun's own Nightshade.
These answers just go all over the place, don't they?
They really do. It's with the acronym, it tends to be a little bit more of a poetic interpretation.
Indeed.
So
I like how somebody used it to literally name the bad guy, the apocalyptic Lich of Nether, which a lich feels like that would fit in with a plagued condition. Feels very
and that's I like naming a specific antagonist for this one.
Yeah.
Which is why I also like the ancient lord over Nightwing. It's like, okay, now we know what we're going after.
Right.
Or troubled, angry leprechauns.
I have a concern over what is Nether and what is he liching.
I mean, that's part of this story, right? Like, we don't know where that's going. If you have those concerns in the next round, you can answer them.
He's got
very
some
evocative sounding words. It sounds slightly evil, slightly,
They've got some serious jock lich. Do I win?
That was a good one.
Yeah, you win on that one, Raxar.
Do I win?
On that one.
I think.
Wow.
Hey, how dare you? How dare you with the sound effect?
I suppose you think you're terribly clever.
Oh,
is it too late to change my answer?
Not anymore. Not anymore, Jason Charles Gandalf.
All right. Still, chat, make sure you get your answers in on the poll.
That's right. We need some votes.
Have your options heard.
Right now, we got a tight race between two of them, and while we're waiting, I'll share some other ones that didn't make it. There were a couple good ones that came in a little late. That's the thing about the acronym, is that it's hard to think of. So it takes chat a little bit longer than normal. But the Angelic Line of Nobles by Treacherous Idol I thought was really cool. And then Zellum just points out the heartbeat is totally stressing her out, which I think is fair. The Almighty League of Nations, which is kind of an interesting, there's a whole...
It's like the League of Nations, but superheroes.
Right.
Telebeak
medicine. This one's kind of cracked me up. Telebeak medicine, aging, losing ontological need. I wanted to choose it, Dreamy Bongos, but I didn't quite understand most of those words. I'm going to be honest. So, okay, looks like the audience has made their choice. I will tap. We'll just wait the last 5 seconds to make sure. And yes, I'll drop that in.
All right.
We've
got our audience vote. Let's see the results. Ooh, we've got another tie. Another tie. The Apocalyptic Lich of Nether and the Ancient Lord over Nightwing. All right, this one's a little harder for me, so I'm definitely going to have to go to each one of our players. Let's start with VividVivka. Vivid, our options are the Apocalyptic Lich of Nether, the Ancient Lord over Nightwing. Which one do you think is strongest, and why?
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say I totally voted for the Apocalyptic Lich of Nether because it sounds incredibly epic and very, to me, that just clearly gives me a visual of the antagonist.
Right. So it's very vivid, you would say.
I wouldn't, because I can't use that word in my vocabulary anymore, but you might say that.
I see. Okay. So I might say that was vivid is what you meant. Absolutely. All right. So Jason Charles Gandalf,
Yes.
How do you feel about this one? Should it be the Apocalyptic or Nightwing here?
The apocalyptic lich of Nether. Nether could be from anywhere, a Nether region, a region from somewhere else being introduced for the first time into this world. So that is why I think you should vote for him.
I don't know if it's the voice or the contents of your words.
Don't be swayed by the voice. Don't you be swayed by the voice, Chronicle.
I'm trying. All right, Winnie, what about you? What do you think? We've got 2 for the apocalyptic lich, and now I'm curious about you.
Zig from the Zag and go with Nightwing because I really quite like the symmetry of griffins having wings and the sun of the earlier and then the night kind of balancing that out. So
the duality of that. Yeah, the duality of that definitely feels familiar and comfortable for sure. A Brightwing versus a Nightwing, the good versus the evil, the light versus the dark.
Winnie,
but
wait, I don't this in the audience.
We've got one more. I'm going to ask you, Araxar. I was going to come to you and ask you. I always get your opinion. Come on now. Come on.
I'm anxious.
Yeah, it's okay. What do you think, Araxar?
Yeah, so maybe I've given away that the audience's answer is one of these. Maybe I'll promote the other one just to throw you off. Okay. However, I do think Nightwing is the way to go for the reasons you basically mentioned. Maybe Nightwing is, as Zullum points out in chat, an evil sibling or a child, perhaps, or a relative of Brightwing. I think we really like the fact that it's, it rhymes. It's in keeping with sort of the fantastical creatures that we're already dealing with. So I like the idea of there being a rival winged something or other that has released this plague upon Brightwing subjects.
Well, there's one thing that anyone who's heard me talk about storytelling at all would be able to tell you, which is I love the concept of duality. I'm obsessed with it. So my choice is the Ancient Lord over Nightwing.
Yes!
All right, let's see the results now after I have voted. Winner is the audience. Congratulations, audience, with the Ancient Lord over Nightwing. Included in voting for you was Jason, Charles, Gandalf, and Winnie, in addition to me. So congratulations, audience. Well deserved.
Yes, audience, you did it. Excellent work. That was, let's see who that was in chat that actually gave that. I'll find that. We can keep moving, and I will shout that person out.
Well, Araxar, it is going to be your responsibility to read out for this particular round. So remember, we need a sound, a noise, or line of dialogue. So it's time to recap.
Oh, yeah.
A great danger is facing the griffins of Fortunata, threatening them with extinction. What might be the source of this danger? Well, it's King Brightwing, a quick-tempered griffin with the ability of regeneration to figure it out. We learned that his ordinary world is that every morning King Brightwing assembled his subjects to worship the sun and forgotten stars. We learned that his greatest desire is to save the griffins from plagued conditions.
Healing magic.
And now we know that there's an unfamiliar situation in the form of the Ancient Lord over Nightwing.
My evil twin. He is the cause for this plague.
Right. I love that, Araxar. You added a little bit to the story.
I yes-anded the story.
Adding more lore.
Adding more lore. Wonderful choice there. All right, now it's time to enter round 4. The Darkness Descends. Now, before we get into the Darkness Descends, this is where our antagonist or main obstacle, the story, drops the hammer, so to speak. It's when the main inciting moment of this story happens. So, before we do that, it's time to add fuel to the fire, which means it's the wager round. For this round, you can now wager any amount of points that you have earned. Players, you'll submit your answers and vote as usual, and scoring happens as usual. You then get the bonus points for your wager if you won, but if you lose, they all go bye-bye. So storytellers, you have the option to not wager anything during this round, but just make sure that if you do so, you enter a wager of 0. So, we'll wait for everyone to get their wagers in. Vivid and Winnie in
I need the audience's suggestions.
Yes, we do.
hopefully Winkler is throwing up a poll for, or you can just drop it in chat. Do you guys want me to go all in, half in? I mean, it's early game. We got in the lead. We grabbed the lead, so we're in a comfortable spot. Maybe it's not all of it, is what I'm thinking.
Audience is in the lead with 230 points.
Poll is up.
Winnie in second with 190, and VividVivka with 140 in third. Poll is up.
And remember, you can also use some of your channel points to stuff the ballot, so to speak. So you can drop 250 bonus points, or channel points rather, and you can, have your voice heard twice, or thrice, or four ice. Of course the audience.
Thrice.
We got a lot of gamblers in the audience. I got to tell you.
Yeah, they almost never not go all in.
I would never take these folks to Vegas. Is all I'm saying. I would not trust
Probably
them
shouldn't
with
take
my
many
money.
people to Vegas. That's probably.
It's really easy to gamble with someone else's money.
Yeah.
True. Very true. All right, our wagers in.
We've got all our wagers in. Now it's time for the Darkness Descends. You'll fill in the blank. You're going to get 5 words. This is the blank. King Brightwing could only watch as his clan suffered blank. King Brightwing could only watch as his clan suffered blank. 5 words, 120 seconds. It all starts right now.
This is cool, Chronicle. I really like where this story is going.
Same.
That prompt, I think, is kind of perfect. So this could either be, a real description of what's happening to his people, what this plague is inflicting upon them. Maybe they could
describe the plague, right? The details of the plague. Yep.
And maybe it's not as simple as a plague like we've seen before. Maybe it's something mental or spiritual that they're being afflicted with. There's lots of ways.
Their description will be more esoteric for sure.
It could also be something revolving around Nightwing. We've established now that the evil twin. Maybe there's I don't know. Do we get to see Nightwing inflict this pain upon them? Let's see.
Well, Jason Charles Gandalf felt very strongly.
Yes.
Got their answer in fairly quickly. Well done.
Always trust your instincts, Chronicle.
I agree with that assessment. I try to tell our players that all the time. First instinct is usually strongest one.
Oh, I have to look up a factoid about griffins.
Ooh, using knowledge to possibly win. I like it, Vivid. I like it.
Oh, I've never tried it before, but
no better time to start.
I should have laughed at that as much as I did. I apologize, but you caught me off guard.
Oh no, it's okay.
I also am I also self-identify as an idiot. That's for sure. I do. I am not a very smart person, and I try to be very honest with everyone about it.
So many good ones from chat right now. Really, really good ones. Oh man,
the heartbeat is.
Please, also in chat, if you see one you like, go ahead and reply to that one and sort of second it or something like that. That helps me choose as well. If there's something that you really love. We only have a few seconds left here, so might have to go with
Winnie,
what I got.
you'll have to re-enter that one. It wasn't enough words. Seconds left. All right, we've only got 3 answers in this time.
Wait, did ours not get in?
I don't know
think I
who's
messed up
did
because
not.
I think because my last one didn't go.
Ours is in. Ours is in.
I see, and it cleared it out.
Oh no.
Sorry. So Arakthar, should we reset this one? We usually give at least one reset.
We give one. We give one mulligan. We'll give a mulligan.
One
I
mulligan.
don't even remember.
All right. That's okay. We're going to reset the round. That means Jason, Charles, Gandalf, and Vivid, you will have to re-enter. Feel free to choose something different if you've thought of something better. But it's back to the Darkness Descends. Your 5 words restarts right now. You also have to re-wager. That's right. We forgot about that. We have to re-wager as well. So make sure you put your wagers in first.
Can we change our wager?
You can change your wager if you wish.
Not gonna...
That is the benefit of the reset.
We can't possibly check. So...
Yeah, we couldn't even possibly check. That's right.
Go
Only
wild.
you will
All right,
know.
now all of our wagered points are in. Your 5 words, 120 seconds starts right now.
So much. Another. So guys, you can give me some other ones, man. I really. Oh man, I'm torn. I'm not gonna. There's like at least 3 that I'm debating. Wow. Let's see.
Keep in mind, it is King Brightwing could only watch as his clan suffered blank. You'd be filling in those 5 words in the blank. There are a lot of good ones in chat right now.
I know.
Winnie, did you remember what you entered, or did you enter something new?
No, I had to come up with something different because I couldn't remember anymore. I feel like this is going to be a good round because everyone has a second chance to build. Yeah. So,
agreed.
Excited.
I like the dreamy bongos. You're dropping in a bunch. Yeah, you can. You don't have to only submit one in chat. You can throw a bunch of ideas.
That's right. The players can submit multiple answers if they wish. There's only one that gets chosen at the end, clearly. But if you come up with better answers, feel free to type them out.
There's a clear theme going on that I'm gonna roll with the theme that's dropping in there. So I will do something that's related to what I'm seeing pop up a lot. I am worried that the other players will also be in the same theme, which might, sometimes when there's 2 answers that are too similar, right, Cronny?
They both lose, yep.
They sometimes both lose because they split the vote.
Right.
So we're taking a chance here, but I'm gonna stick with my original guns on this one.
Unique and epic is what you want to shoot for, but it's difficult when you're given limited time, for sure.
And I just want to shout out, it was Hyrai Rios who was for our winning answer for our talent acronym.
Oh, nice.
So.
All right.
What happened?
What?
Oh no!
Wait.
No, my.
Jason.
I did, and then
Gandalf?
I hit the wrong button, and it scrolled up to the top, and then I went down to present, and then I ran out of time.
Oh, no. All right. Well.
Oh, he's gone. He's done. Forget it.
Jason, oh, no. We've lost Gandalf.
He broke
We've lost
character.
Gandalf the Grey. Maybe he'll return as Gandalf the White.
That's the first time he's actually talked in his
His real voice. He rage quit in his real voice.
Oh.
Jason, no. Return.
Look, that is tugging on my heartstrings. Araxar, do we do this again or do we move on?
I put it in the last time and it worked. And
is there a way to just put in our existing and like lower the time? I don't know. Is that possible, Delvin? To just do it. It'll take longer to change the time.
I know exactly what it is, but we are in beta, right?
Yeah, we're in beta. You want to just? We'll all wager the same thing, and we'll all write the same thing.
All right, so we're resetting then.
Sure.
All right, we're resetting one more time. It's okay. It's totally fine. It is not your fault. We have no problems mulliganing and doing this again. All right, wager. Get your wagers in.
This is the last one. Oops. Sorry, you didn't see that. Reset for JCM. That's right, the real Brandon Pace.
Okay. Real Brandon Pace.
The first time that you're brilliant.
All right, we've got all our wagered points in. It's time to start round 4. 120 seconds, 5 words. Starts right now.
Tova Rich, Gandalf did not pass.
He did this time. First one in. Well done. All right, now we're vamping for 100 seconds.
All right, here we go. Let's vamp, baby. Anyone see Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
I did not. Yeah, everybody's answers in.
Yes, great.
I think everybody's answers in. Let's just end the time. Great. Okay. Now it's time to vote. Number 1, devastating infestation attacks from Nightwing. Number 2, hunger satisfied, dusty bones crumbling. Number 3, decay of wings throughout night. And number 4, Nightwing's corrosive plague targets eggs.
Ooh, not the children. Not the children.
That last one is very strong. Very strong, especially with what we've talked about previously. Although these are all very good. They all brought in. It looks like everyone decided to bring in Nightwing, which is good, except for number 2, which is the hunger's unsatiated, dusty bones crumbling. Interesting.
Number 3
choice.
didn't say Nightwing specifically, but I do like Decay of Wings. There's something that really, oof.
Nightwing was
Taken
implied.
away.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Night I implied especially. The Wing and Night is both in there. I assumed it was Nightwing.
Right. That's good point.
It's the remix. Remix.
Yeah. Right.
Remix. Poll is up, audience.
Saying Nightwing in an interesting way as to not bore the reader.
Again, poetic license. There was a lot of really good ones in chat that we didn't use. A lot of them were wing related, so that's, so let's see. Griffin's so high, hallucinating food from Dreamy Bongos. I like that. That's pretty hilarious.
I'm sure that person meant flying altitude.
Yes.
Yes.
Assuredly.
Blinded eyes cannibalizing fellow birds. Good Lord.
Oh my.
Horrifying.
That's a horrifying, vivid imagination.
No, stop. See, you can't use that word when I'm here.
You can't tell me what to do.
Dodecacatuplet, jealousy writ large turns deadly. That was one I almost went with. I really dug that. The idea that they just all became sort of feverishly jealous of each other. And
That the plague is a plague of jealousy.
They're
that is an
pecking their eyes
twist.
out and turning on
that's
each other's.
Yeah, that is a cool plague.
Damn it, why didn't I choose it? But wing atrophy grounding the clan is another one. So there's you can see there's some good wing ones in here.
Want to remind chat that the poll is up. Make sure you get your vote in so you can have your voice heard.
That's right. Looks like it's leaning a specific way. I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah, I think
Because I think they're quite ahead. So I'm going to roll with the one that we're in the lead on.
All right, all our votes are in. Let's see the results.
Breathless.
Winner is VividVivka with Nightwing's corrosive plague targets eggs.
That was a good
I had to make sure that griffins laid eggs.
That's
Just
what
to
you were
make
looking
sure.
up.
Makes sense.
I was
That's a
like,
good-
hold on.
You also could have just polled us. I could have told you that they laid eggs.
But it makes.
But
you're
you
right,
didn't
'cause
want to give it away. Totally didn't want to give it away. I
They
totally
have
get
lion
it.
bodies.
They
So
do,
you're-
but
I
they
mean,
do lay eggs.
You never know.
In most lore, they lay eggs. All right, you got 50 points from Winnie, you got 50 points from JCM, and you got 50 points from the audience. So everyone voted for you. Vivid, well done. That gave you, and since you also wagered 75 points, you got 225 points. JCM, you got 40. Winnie, you wagered 20, but and made 40, so you only get 20 points total. And audience, unfortunately, you lost 190
we
points.
live life on the edge.
Indeed,
We
living life on
risk
the
it all.
edge. All right, so Vivid, you win this round. You are in the lead with 365 points. Winnie in
Well, a
second
point
with
for every
210,
day.
and JCM in third with 120. Audience, you have 40 points, but you're in last. Believe in you. You won last week. I still think you can do it. Still
We can come
anyone's
back.
game.
We can come back.
Vivid, tell me a little bit about why you chose that the plague would target the eggs.
So the answer before that didn't get picked about how the plague was languishing our niece, I kept trying to figure out how to put in the king's niece. The king, like, for some reason, I'm just really drawn to the emotional aspect of, like, hurting the children.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a motivating for stories, for sure. It's very motivating.
And I tried to add in something that would give more context to the plague, the sickness. So, I just picture like the corrosive element of these eggs. Just
You got to get up. You got to get it down with the sickness. So I totally get it. All right, so
Ooh, wah, ah, ah, ah.
yeah, there it is. All right, so Vivid, you will have another sound, noise, or line of dialogue to say when we get to round 4, The Darkness Descends. It's time for our recap. A great danger is facing the Griffins of Fortunata. King Brightwing, a quick-tempered and regenerative king, must avert it. In the first round, we learned that the ordinary world was like every morning, King Brightwing assembled his subjects to worship the sun and forgotten stars. We learned that King Brightwing's greatest desire was to save the griffins from plagued conditions.
Healing magic.
An unfamiliar situation arises in the form of the ancient lord over Nightwing.
My evil twin. He must not win. Or something
And
like
in round 4, the darkness descend when King Brightwing could only watch as his clan suffered Nightwing's corrosive plague, targeting his eggs.
Ooh,
All right. We're going to move
Perfect.
right into round 5, but Chronicle mode is activated.
Oh,
That's right.
damn.
The game's complexity has increased. I have
no.
decreed it as such, and now the game becomes more difficult. As such, players, you're given an additional 30 seconds to come up with your answers from here on out. Round 5. A callback results in a plan. This time, it's a rhyme time of 8 words and must include a minimum of 2 rhymes. It can be more than that. Your rhyme scheme is up to you. I'm going to give you 150 seconds, but because I'm also not an evil chronicle, but also a good one, all points are doubled in this round. So, 150 seconds, rhyme time, a callback results in a plan. Please use one previous moment in our story to be called back that results in a plan for our king to deal with the darkness. 150 seconds, double the points, starts right now.
And our comeback, audience, starts right now. Double the points. This is huge. We got this, okay? A lot of easy rhymes here. A lot of gimmies. Nightwing, Brightwing, King Wing. Maybe get the eggs in there. And by the way, we don't, when you call back, it doesn't have to be just from the rounds, right? It can be from the sort of setup of it. I'm trying to think of what would be a really clever callback. Chronicle, do you feel like there's an unexplored or the best thing about callbacks is when they're not obvious and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The stars,
device
bringing
for
the
that thing.
stars somewhere around here might be
The
very effective, I think,
stars,
because we haven't really talked
yes.
about that. Most of what we've been talking about is
that sun
plague
worship.
conditions. Yeah,
That
that
sun
sun
worship
worship. Yep. I mean, when people talk about they worship the sun and stars, it's like, so you mean they worship stars?
What do you mean? What? Yes.
Well, because the sun is
because
a
the
star.
sun is a star. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, good point. Good
Yeah.
point.
But it's pretty interesting in that a lot of our fantasy settings treat the sun as something separate from the stars, because it makes sense because it is our closest one, so it has the most gravity upon us. So when you like to add gravitas, it's because of the sun.
Tovarich, that's pretty great. It's pretty great. I'm gonna drop it and see if anybody can top that.
I do like that one too. That one is a good one. Winnie, you felt strong about this one. You were the first player across the finish line. Now you're not in the lead, but you're not far behind. Do you think you're going to take over Vivid's place with this answer?
I'm not sure, so I'm still working on it.
Remember, audience.
All right.
I need
Respect.
two rhymes. So
Right.
it can be the same word that rhymes, or the same rhyme, with three different words, or it could be 2 separate rhymes, AABB. So just make sure that gets in there.
Like wing, ring, fling. Those all rhyme, and that would technically be at least 2 rhymes.
Ugh,
3, in
Ooh.
fact.
this is a lot harder.
It is a lot harder. 15 seconds left. Waiting on one more. There it is. Well done, Jason Charles
Got it in
Gandalf.
there.
Got it in there.
I did top the one that I had picked earlier. I found one that I liked even more.
All right.
I did not.
All right, it's time to vote. Number 1, King sings about the sun till battle's won. All right. Number 2, Forgotten Stars sing bars, eggs renewed, babies few. Number 3, Subjects sing, starshine rings, empowering the King Brightwing. And number 4, Remedy Star, not far, eggs burn, Brightwing learns. Oh, eggs burn, Brightwing learns. There was a missing comma there. My apologies. These are all very good.
These are all really strong. I really
Yeah,
like
they're
them.
all really strong.
I'm impressed. We've made this round
I
too
kind of
easy.
like that number. I kind of like that number 1 turns the king into sort of a bard, and so the regenerative ability appears to come from their voice. That would be cool.
Well, see,
Maybe
I
they
like
just sing to the sun. Maybe that's what they're good at. They can.
There's
sing
a lot
to
of
the sun and
it's
stars.
interesting. There's a lot of singing. The
Yeah.
top 3 had singing in it,
Indeed.
and different subjects that were sitting. There was
That's
either
just how you win. You sing.
you
so-
sing
That's right.
clearly.
Singing is winning.
Remedy star, not far. Eggs burn.
Which is not a
Brightwing
perfect
knows.
rhyme.
Good stuff. Good stuff. The poll is up, chat. So please get what is our, obviously second best answer to ours. Clearly.
Yeah, number 3 is I like number 3 as well. The visual I get of all of the plagued citizens singing in harmony.
And it's connected to the
Together.
star. That's what I
Yeah.
really love there too.
I
That's
do like
pretty
that
strong.
too. And not only that singing empowers the King Brightwing,
Right.
which leaves it up to our next round will be victory or defeat. So that would be a perfect
That's also a
layup.
lot of rhymes. King, ring,
Yeah, sing,
sing,
ring,
all-
King
Power
Brightwing, indeed.
Yeah, they really brought it with that one. There's like 5 rhymes there. Had other good ones here. The purifying light of morning right makes right. So it's, and they use 2 different types of right, RITE and RIGHT, which I thought was cool.
They're all really good. Even number 2 is the opposite, where the stars are singing down at them, which is interesting. And then number 4 I liked as well because there's one remedy star that isn't far. And this sets up for the alternative that we might want, which is that Brightwing loses and doesn't necessarily win. Interesting
Yes.
choices here.
Good stuff. Another one from the audience that I didn't choose, but it was great. KJ Bertling, worshipping sun for fun, needing cure for sure.
Sorry.
Kind of fun.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
The Great Valley Griffin.
For sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, come on.
Do it now.
We'll do it.
All right,
Sing.
audience has
Save our
chosen.
kids.
I
All right.
do their will.
Audience is chosen. Let's see who wins it. Winner is audience. Congratulations, audience. You win with Subject Sing, Starshine Rings,
Yes.
empowering the King Brightwing. And just so
Chronicle.
you know, audience, all of your teammates, all of your fellow players voted for you. So that is 300 points. 300 points. And all of your fellow players each get 80 themselves. If you'll recall, it is double point round.
Chronic,
So, yeah.
can I pass
can.
my
Ooh.
my right to do the voice to Jason Charles Gandalf? I just think
You
we need.
certainly
I
can. I was
must-
already going to do that, but you
Okay,
certainly
great,
can. So, Jason Charles Gandalf, you have been decided to have our next sound, noise, or line of dialogue when we get to the callback results in a plan. You got a little time because I'm going to go over the score, but get ready. All right, in the lead still, VividVivka with 445 points, but the audience on their tail with 340. Winnie close behind them with 290, and JCM will not be left behind with 200.
We're all in it.
All right,
It's
it's time
tight.
to recap. Get ready for your lines and voices. We learned that the great danger is facing the Griffins of Fortunata, threatening them with extinction. It is only King Brightwing, a quick-tempered griffin with regeneration abilities, that can avert it. We learned that their ordinary world is that every morning King Brightwing assembled his subjects to worship the sun and forgotten stars.
Ah.
The only problem is there's a heart's desire of the griffin in that their griffins are suffered with plagued conditions.
He needs healing magic.
An unfamiliar situation arises when the ancient lord over Nightwing is revealed.
That's my evil twin. Ah, he's released a plague. He must not win.
Then we learn that King Brightwing could only watch as his clan suffered Nightwing's corrosive plague that was targeting their eggs.
Ooh,
Then a callback results in a plan when the subjects sing the Starshine Rings, empowering the King Brightwing.
Go back to whence you came, Nightwing.
Well done. Well done. All right. We're going to move right into our 6th round.
Yes.
Victory or defeat. It is hard. It is an acronym. Your acronym is Skyward. Skyward is your acronym. 150 seconds. But again, I'm not evil. I like to reward you for the difficult endeavors I put in front of you. So this round is triple points. Triple point round. Your acronym Skyward. Victory or defeat. Does the King Brightwing win over Nightwing, or do they fail? 150 seconds starts right now.
So this one's a little mean.
Yep. Little mean.
Seven letters. But there's some, there's some good
Including
ones.
a K
here.
and a Y, which is,
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
K for king, if you could, yeah.
Y for why are we doing this to them?
Indeed. Sometimes I like to pick out like a weird letter like that, like K, and I'm like, okay, I want it to be this.
Mhm.
And so then I'll just sort of, center everything else or center that letter and then let everything grow from that.
Some strategies here for those playing if you need it. If you can't think of a word that starts with a particular letter, then invent one. Shakespeare did it, why can't you? Also, maybe try pronouns. Name something, be it a person, a place, a thing. It's totally up to you. Also, with longer ones like this, punctuation can help break up logical bits to help it make easier as well.
A lot of people sort of get 4 or 5 in, and then the last ones just are like 2 words with exclamation points, like really dangerous or something, which I think is totally fine.
Yeah, I mean it's a
I'm
strategy.
I'm starting to get stuff from chat. Yes,
great.
Awesome. And
You've all got 75 seconds left.
Thematically, where we're at, obviously, last week we had a defeat, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So remember, you can go either way in terms of the tone of your answer. This could be a total fail, or it could be a Brightwing for the win kind of situation.
Winnie and Vivid across the finish line at the exact same moment. Well done. Still with more than 60 seconds on the clock when they got their answers in.
Interesting. Oh, I got a couple pretty good defeats in here, actually. Oof. Ooh, that one's so good. I'm dropping that one in. Oh, man.
30 seconds left,
Wow.
players.
I mean,
There are a lot of good ones in chat.
I'm surprised. There's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones right now. Oh, Vivid changing their answer. Feeling like you got something stronger, huh?
Amazing.
Cleaning it up.
There you go. I like it.
A lot of defeats in
JCM,
chat.
got to get yours in. 3 seconds left. Right at the last minute. Well done, JCM. All right, it's time to vote. Number 1, Sonnet King, Yeats Wayward Animal, Return to Dark. Number 2, Sacrificing King, Your Wounded Acolyte, Refused Defeat. Number 3, Savior King, Youth's Wings, Anger Released, Defeated. And number 4, Suddenly King Yells with Anger, Rings Destruction.
Oof.
Number 4 is a very strong choice. They brought in the Quick Temper, which had not yet been used by anyone in this game. Well done.
Good callback there. I really, of course I love the audience's submission, and I won't say which one that is, but these are all really strong. I will say there was a few in the audience that used yeet. So I'm impressed that yeet was so often used. The poll is up
I'm
in
sitting
chat.
here like, I want to vote for number 1 because they use
Right.
yeet, and you're like, we've
Yeet.
got like 20 people over here using it.
Yeah.
Dr.
You're
Delvin,
all
for
winners
example,
in my book.
our very own technical director, submitted Screaming, King Yeats, White Arcs, Ruinous Disaster. But almost everybody went defeat in chat, which I thought was really
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
There's a couple other ones while we're waiting for the poll to come in.
I feel like number 3, you don't really know who's defeated.
Right.
True.
You're
That's true.
right. It is not very clear on who's. Maybe the Savior King kind of leans in the way
I
that
think-
the Savior King's not defeated, but that's not necessarily the case.
That's to me, that reads like a victory to me.
Even though it says the word defeated.
But it's like,
Yeah. No. Right. For sure.
yeah, you're right. I don't know. Yeah, I guess go through.
Yeah.
Dodecactuplet, Shadow King yields war after reality discovered, which I think is kind of a cool thing. It's like, oh, there's like a discovery that he then maybe he didn't know they were twin brothers.
Right.
Wait, you're my brother? I thought all griffins look alike.
You look exactly like me. That's not weird.
It's a cell phone. There's one from Dreamy Bongos I most chose. Songs kill young. Wallowing Arcwings rejuvenate divinity. I like the top of it. I didn't quite follow the rest of it, which is why I didn't go with it. But I thought that was a really cool, their singing actually makes it worse. It's good stuff.
Delvin. Just figured a guy with a temper problem in a fight to protect fragile eggs is a recipe for disaster.
Let's see.
Indeed.
Sad nights yearn, win, and realize death from Real Brandon Pace. All right, the audience has chosen their favorite of these that's not their own. And so
all right, all the votes are in. Let's see the results. We have a tie. We have a two-way tie between sacrificing King, your wounded acolyte refused defeat, and suddenly King yells with anger, rings destruction. Again, I would usually go to our audience here, our players here, and Arakthar, but as I already said, I enjoyed number 4. Suddenly King yells with anger, rings destruction, brought in the anger that we identified early on. Well done. I choose number 4.
So close, audience. The audience was the other one.
All right, let's see who wins. Winner is Jason Charles Miller with Suddenly King Yells with Anger, Rings Destruction. Jason Charles Miller, I voted for you. The audience voted for you. And Vivid voted for you.
It's so good. It's so good.
I just need to
Jason
say,
Charles Miller.
the audience vote. Sorry, I just need to say the audience voted for you with 69% of the vote.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Clear sweep.
I want to hear
Jason
Gandalf
Charles
say
Miller.
nice.
Tell us what was in your head when you chose Suddenly
Gandalf
King Yells
says-
with Anger and Rings Destruction.
Nice. Well, I was thinking about his flaw and how that hadn't been mentioned yet. But quite honestly, I was just looking at the word skyward going, what on earth would I do with that? Isildur could have thrown that away into the River Anduin. And never should he see a word such as that with only such a small amount of time to come up with something. So that is what I was thinking.
All right. I mean, that's a good way to think.
Remind
Clearly,
me of a time
because,
in the year 34 of the Second Age. Anyway, that's another story for another time.
I would let you just talk. I would let you run away with this thing. I really would. All right. Well, it's now your turn again, Jason Charles Gandalf, to come up with a sound, noise, or line of dialogue in our recap. But before I get to the recap, let's go to our score. In the lead after round 6 is Jason Charles Miller with 650 points. Not to be left behind and well within winning range, VividVivka with 565. Winnie, unfortunately, you are last because audience is in third with 460. And I know it feels like
Still
a
in
very large mountain you have to climb, but I believe in you, Winnie. I think you can win it.
Thank you. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep going.
I mean, I feel like your name is the kind that wins all the time. So I'm just going to go with that. All right, it's time to recap. We've got a great danger is facing the Griffins of Fortunata, and it is King Brightwing, a quick-tempered griffin with regeneration abilities, chance to avert it and protect his clan. We learn early on in round 1 that every morning King Brightwing assembled his subjects to worship the sun and forgotten stars.
Ah!
And his greatest desire is to save the Griffins from their plagued conditions.
Healing magic.
The only problem is there's an ancient lord lording over Brightwing, his twin brother Nightwing.
Nightwing, my twin, he must not win.
And the darkness descends when it is when King Brightwing could only watch as his clan suffered from Nightwing's corrosive plague that targets all of their eggs.
And he was disturbed. Ooh,
A callback results in a plan. When the subjects sing, the star shine rings, empowering the king, Brightwing.
Go back back from whence you came, Nightwing.
Is it victory or defeat? Well, suddenly the king yells with anger and rings destruction.
I was really hoping you'd say. I was really hoping you'd say nice, but that's okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So very angry.
Well, it's time to fuel the fire one last time. It's our final wager round. So, players, as you know, it's time to wager. We're going to fuel the flame. Get your wagers in. And reminder, even if you're just choosing to wager 0, you must enter that.
Alrighty, audience. What do we want to do here? We're not in the lead anymore, but we're still in this game. This next round, is this a triple round or no? This is just a wager round. So
Just
we kind of
wager
have
round.
to. We got to wager something pretty juicy, and of course, I have a feeling. I know what the audience might wager.
Yeah, I to be honest, I don't know that they have much of an option here.
Well,
I mean,
you can only.
You could look at it. I mean, they have what? Look, the audience has about 460 points, right?
Yeah,
And
you
we
could
know that
could
the
wager
leader
200
right now has,
points.
Right. The leader right now has 650. If they lose or if they don't gain any points at all, even if they wager 0, if the audience wagers 200 and wins, they will be the winner.
Exactly. So there still is strategy at this.
There is some.
Of course, the
you're
audience.
within range.
The problem I'm realizing now in this poll, we have 25%, 50%, 70%, and 0, and then all in. And so anybody who wants to strategize is probably going to split the vote, over the people that just want to go all in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am but their djinn. Their wishes are my command. I'm seeing clearly which way the tides have turned on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and drop in the audience wager.
It sounds like you want tiered voting, Arakthar. That's what it sounds like. You want
Yeah,
tiered voting.
I want to complicate this even more. That's exactly what All right, our wager's in.
All right, all of our wagers are in. It's now time for the lesson learned. You're going to fill in the blank with 4 words. King Brightwing, forever changed, will never forget blank. 4 words. And it's still Chronicle mode. So how is it hard this time? You only have 100 seconds and it starts right now.
All right, here we go. This is our chance. We got to win this one.
Who's King Brightwood?
Good question. King Brightwing, forever changed, will never forget blank.
We're in beta mode, don't forget.
There's a new king
We're going to introduce a new king right now.
from the north.
King Brightwood enters, forever changed by what he's witnessed.
He said, look to the 5th day, a new king. The light of the 5th day, a new king will arise.
Yokai Prop says, all random, all mid.
No Rat says, that's just Brightwing's name in the morning. Heyo.
Well done.
We're 12 years old. Okay.
Indeed.
Collectively as chat. All right.
Somebody says he'll never forget his own name.
as the lesson.
Well played, Noni. Well played, Noni.
That's really funny.
30 seconds. Just waiting on our audience to get their answers in.
There's too many good ones. Yes.
I know. There are a lot of good ones here.
Uh-oh.
Vivid has changed their answer 3 times.
Shush. 4 words.
Calling you out, Vivid, and calling you out.
Now, how many of those were typos?
Sure. I mean, look, our game doesn't care if it's misspelled.
I'll never tell.
You.
Wow,
All
that
right,
was
number
tight.
1, anger has its merits. In the lesson learned, King Brightwing, forever change, will never forget that anger has its merits. He will never forget that fire's hotter than ice,
True,
that bravery of his people, or with anger vanquished foes. So those are options. I like a lot of these. I like anger has its merits. Anger is a valid emotion,
It's
and
a
your
twist.
emotions are
It's
valid.
Sure is. It can be productive.
That's right.
Sometimes
You
your
know,
flaws are your greatest strength.
That's right. Exactly.
Oh,
and I love
no
stories
rat.
with that.
Okay, some other ones that we didn't choose. No rat. He will never forget Nightwing's birthday ever again. That's pretty great.
That's incredible.
Noni, his own name, Brightwing. I love
Yeah.
Nightwing's birthday, as if that's the whole reason he
This is a
started
big-
the.
But
he
then
started the
Queen-
clan.
Extinction
On the same
of
day!
Griffins is because you forgot my birthday.
Yep, it's
Like
on
I
the
just pictured like the
24th.
big showdown at the end, and he's like, "But you forgot my birthday. I didn't." And then suddenly, like an Amazon delivery guy shows up, and he's like, "I'm sorry, this was running late. It fell off the truck. Please remember, I'm sorry, I murdered all your children."
Also, if it's your twin, how can you forget their birthday?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Right.
Exactly.
He didn't.
It's like especially evil. Good stuff. Okay, the poll is up.
Poll is up. Chad, make sure you get your voice heard.
Looks like we're going
Let
in a
us know.
direction that can't be stopped. So I went ahead and voted.
Oh, you did? Okay, great. All of our votes are in. Let's see who wins this round and the game.
Oh,
Ooh, it's a tie. It's a tie.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Didn't
I
see
would
this
say
so
it's an
many
easy
ties.
choice for me, but it is not because they both defer to the anger. So let's go quickly to each one of. We'll start with Winnie. Winnie, anger has its merits, or with anger vanquish foes?
I would say with anger vanquish foes, I'm all for like the lesson learned.
Gotcha.
Now, what do I want
Alright.
to teach my children?
Oh, yeah. All right. You take it from that. It makes sense. Makes sense. Jason Charles Gandalf, is it anger has its merits, or with anger vanquish foes?
I say anger has its merits. It's more of a complete sentence. I appreciate the vocabulary there. I appreciate the completion of it.
All right. All right. It's a well worded 4 words for the sentence.
Yes,
That's a
correct.
perfectly valid reason to make a choice. Absolutely. All right, Vivid, what do
They're
you
both
think?
kind of saying the same thing, so why
They
not
are.
go with the one that is,
Absolutely.
more properly constructed?
Absolutely. Vivid, what do you think?
I'm still stuck on the birthday.
Okay. All right. Stuck on the birthday. Arakthar.
It's so good. It's so good.
I think just to speak to Jason Charles Gandalf's point, I think it's more like you can read it as if the person speaking it is angry as they're saying it, like with anger, vanquish foes. So it's nonsensical on purpose.
I see. Well, I think I'm going to go with anger has its
Damn
merits.
it, I couldn't justify
because that is a lesson I've learned in my life, that your anger is valid, and if you try to ignore it or quelch it, you will never solve it or
I tried, audience.
learn the reasons why you're angry.
I tried.
So anger has its merits. Listen to your own voice, give it voice, and feel what you feel. All right, who wins it? Winner is VividVivka with anger has its merits. Vivid, JCM voted for you, the audience voted for you, and I voted for you. You wagered 75 points again, so you win 225 points. I'm sorry, Jason Charles Miller, you lose 60 points in that one. Winnie, you lose 290, and the audience, you
I went
lose.
all the way in. I went all the way
You did.
in,
You went
and
all
I
in.
flew too close to the sun.
It was your only option, Daedalus. It was your only option. And audience, unfortunately, you lost 420 points. Nice. So, Vivid, tell us what you were thinking when you came up with anger has its merits.
Thank you, Jason. The grammar was important to me. That's why I kept resubmitting it again and again. I was like, I can make this. I can fix this. And to note, anger is a secondary emotion. You always get angry because of something else. So him sitting there being like, well, anger has its merits. He still hasn't learned what's wrong with him. He's still huffy. Brightwing needs therapy. Thank you. Good night.
Yep.
I think it sets up for a sequel too.
What's that?
Indeed.
A sequel.
Sets up for a sequel.
I think the sequel is him in therapy. It's really
Yeah.
just
Brightwing and his brother Nightwing in therapy.
Next
it's
week's episode.
Sopranos.
It's
Yeah.
I
Sopranos.
love it.
All right. Well, Vivid, you have the last noise, line of dialogue, or sound to do, but let's recap our final score before we do so. It is In the lead, VividVivka with 790 points. Congratulations, you are the winner. And this evening I bestow upon you an ember from our flame imperishable. Now, this is your opportunity, Vivid, to gloat over your opponents, including the audience. I will give you 60 seconds. Go.
I didn't have a speech prepared, but you're probably all wondering why I gathered you here today. It is because of my incredible rhyming skills and how I surely surprised everyone, including myself, and I would absolutely do this again. Suck it, you're cool, suck it.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Well done. Well, that's another story created around the bonfire. So let's go into our final recap of the night. The first time you'll hear the complete story that we all made together. As we wait for the Fortunata Origin, that rare and legendary digital artifact that we just all created. Hopefully you all remember your parts. Here we go. A great danger is facing the Griffins of Fortunata, threatening them with extinction. What might be the source of this danger, and what will King Brightwing, who is quick-tempered and an ability with regeneration, do to avert it and protect his clan? Well, we learn that every morning King Brightwing assembled his subjects to worship the sun and forgotten stars. We also know that his greatest desire is to save the Griffins from their plagued conditions.
With healing magic.
Unfortunately, an unfamiliar situation arises when the king's twin brother, the ancient lord over Nightwing, appears.
This is the mark of Nightwing, my twin. He must not win.
Darkness descends when King Brightwing could only watch as his clan suffered Nightwing's corrosive plague that targets his clan's eggs.
Ooh,
Gets me every time.
A callback results in a plan when the subjects sing Starshine Rings, empowering the King Brightwing.
Go back from whence you came!
Was it victory or defeat? Well, suddenly it is the king that yells with anger and rings destruction.
Ah! Nice.
Yes!
What is the lesson that we've learned? Well, King Brightwing, forever changed, will never forget that anger has its merits.
Right.
I love that. That was great.
I can't, like, he yelled. I can't.
I know.
I got
I
nothing.
know. You had. It was a perfect response. It was perfect response. I
You did
love it.
nothing wrong.
You did
okay?
nothing wrong
You
there.
did
That was
nothing wrong.
fantastic.
It was perfect.
Well-
He had no flaws.
Players, how do you feel? That was our story created together. How do you feel about it?
I'm inspired and I'm moved. So I think it was a win all around. Not a win for me, but
Unfortunately, not a win
we
for
all
you.
have room to improve, just like King
That's
Brightwing.
right.
So
Indeed. Indeed. Well, let's check in with our guests. Winnie, maybe tell us a little bit about what you do with Jump Cut again, or tell us something that we could check you out on, something you've got to plug.
amazing. So our first project is coming out this summer called Uppercut Training Club, and we're building a metaverse for action and martial arts fans. You can mint these 3D fighters that are NFTs, and you take part in this gamified storytelling experience that we've built. It's going to be hosted by these incredible champion martial artists and stunt performers, and you get to uncover the mystery of a lost martial art called Tansana through puzzles, quests, and creating lore around your character.
Very cool. I got to get on that. I like some martial arts personally.
Yeah.
I love me some martial
I
arts
like
in
some
action.
puzzles too. So
I do like puzzles,
I am a big
yeah.
puzzle guy.
I'd be interested to
sounds
see how
really,
you
really cool.
meld the two, action with puzzles. That'll be fun. What about you, Jason Charles Miller? What you got to plug?
Hey,
what you got going?
Since we're here on Twitch, this is kind of my natural speaking voice, I guess you could say. Or is it? Or is it? This is my. I haven't been looking at chat, but I'm gonna put my my Twitch channel in there right now. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I stream on my own channel, a music channel. Then on Tuesdays, over at the Codename Games channel, I host a songwriting show every week where we write a song with the audience. So we pick a subject every week, and it's a Dungeons and Dragons inspired subject because Idle Champions, the game, is a Dungeons and Dragons licensee. So we'll write a song about a gelatinous cube or a mind flayer or a displacer beast or a hero
rogue?
from D&D. And then the audience will give us the suggestions as we go. And then I go into the studio and record the songs, and then they end up in the game, which is pretty cool. That's Tuesday
cool.
afternoons,
So
and then
cool.
Tuesday evenings at 5 on the Play Renegade channel, which is sponsored by Renegade Games. I am the game master for the G.I. Joe role-playing game, sponsored by the company that puts it out. So
Very cool.
And then Vivka and I we're on hiatus right now, but we're on a show on the Gary Con Live channel called the Gax Pack, which is a channel honoring Gary Gygax, run by his son Luke, and it's really fun and entertaining. So there you go. That's all my Twitch stuff since we're on Twitch.
Yeah, Luke's a great guy. I've met him a few times. He's
great.
super fun. And what about you, Vivid? Some of it is obviously with Jason Charles Miller, but what else do you have to plug?
Indeed. Like Jason said, when we are back from break, I do a show with him. He's the DM. I am a rabid lizard dog kobold named Snacks. I do like 2 hours of makeup before every single episode. It's so much fun. It's the most fun I've ever had playing D&D. Jason, you're great. Other stuff that I do, I post a lot of character work on my TikTok, which just got deleted. So my new TikTok is Vivid_Vivka. So if you followed me before, please follow me again. Aside from that, I also do lots of dressing up and taking off on an OnlyFans, on my OnlyFans, not just a random one.
On
specifically
OnlyFans,
mine.
not just a random one. Interesting note. My Discord is called Only Rons.
Oh, I'm sorry. Only
Yeah.
what?
Only
Ron.
Rons. Only
His
Rons.
name is Ron.
I thought you said
and
only
I have
rugs, and I was like, that's
yeah, Only Rons, and they're called my fans are called the Ron Tourage.
I like that.
oh, that's very
Can't
good.
beat that.
I did not name my people. They named themselves the Vivicult, and it's
Oh,
genius.
all right.
And they're in charge
is
of all of
genius.
my branding and PR because they have way better ideas than I do.
All right. Well, I believe that I hear our origin, but before we get there, oh no, let's go right to that.
the
Let's go to
origin,
our
yes.
Fortunata origin. Ooh, wow. King Brightwing leads his griffins in worshipping the sun and the forgotten stars. Will his offering be enough to stop the plague upon his kingdom? The ancient lord over Nightwing has been watching. Brightwing should never have been trusted with the throne. Nightwing channels his darkness into Brightwing's nest of delicate griffin eggs, destroying all possible heirs. The Griffin clan unites their voices and sings for their king. The star song supercharges Brightwing's powers. His voice shines with anger and penetrates Nightwing's darkness. Anger has its merits.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's a
got
great
chills.
story.
I
Yeah.
love
That's
it.
a great story.
And
guys.
you
We
all
really did
created
something
that.
here.
We did it.
We did it. I mean, this is one of I gotta say, this is one of the more complete, cohesive, really, I mean, I think really exciting and interesting stories. I mean, you got the eggs
Agreed.
dying. It's like there's so much. The stakes are huge. Stakes
The
are huge.
stakes
in
are
this story.
very
So
high in this
Great
story.
job,
And
everyone.
steaks do go well with eggs.
They
Yes,
sure
they
do.
Steak
Yeah.
and eggs.
That's
It
what I
was
had for
right
breakfast
there.
this morning.
It was right there. So good. All right, to find out when the auction is live for this digital collectible, you can just head to our Discord right now. That's gonna be. We'll drop that in the chat. I'm gonna do it as I'm saying these words. There it is, and it's got all the information on how you can own this piece of internet history, this magnificent piece of memorabilia. To maybe you really love this experience here with all these great storytellers, and you want to memorialize that. This is a great way to do it. And remember, if you do win the auction, you win this. You get another one for free. You get another item from our official PFP collection when that is rolled out later this year.
Now, let's preview next week, where 3 new storytellers and you, the audience, compete to weave the tale of Aaron, a renegade mage. Our inciting incident is this. Aaron, a renegade mage, accidentally killed his best friend with a backlash from one of his magical experiments. Now, he is determined to steal a powerful crystal from the stone tower and reawaken his friend's soul, no matter what.
I love me a good Raise the Dead because it's my best friend that I killed story. You know, it's just a classic tropey story, and I love it.
It is a real good story to tell a tale, to really teach you something, for sure.
Aaron.
Aaron, as we, or is it Aaron?
I don't know if it's a short A or a long A.
Or
it could go either way. It's, you know, maybe chat will decide.
Yeah, maybe they will. Well, that's our show. Thank you to all of our guests, to the audience, to our talented writers and our Discord community, to everyone working behind the scenes at Heroic Story, our partners at Windwalk, Delvin, our technical director, who's amazing, and our production partners at Effin Funny, who are also amazing. But Jin, you know those guys, right?
Oh, I do. Yes, my doppelganger, this Sandeep Parikh, yeah, he founded this Effin Funny channel, and apparently he streams there. So please, all of you, head over to twitch.tv/effinfunny and drop me a follow. Why not? And by the way, we do a little pre-show on it. So before we actually go live on this show, if you want to check out how we sort of set up the show, we usually go live half an hour earlier and then raid on in together. So that's kind of
It's a little peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And as we've learned from our past, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. We'll weave a new tale together next Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, live right here on Heroic Story at our next bonfire. I've been your host, The Chronicle, Ron Ogden. You can find me in all the usual places you find things on the internet at The Real Rogden. I also, this week, Friday, tomorrow, noon 30 PST or 3:30 EST over on the D&D Beyond channel here on Twitch. I will be running a DM for charity. I will be DMing a campaign for charity. That's right. Jasper's Game Week is going on for suicide prevention. So please stop by, say hello, and sit around for a pretty chaotic and hopefully good story. On behalf of my Jin co-host,
it's me.
Thank you for joining, and remember, your life's a story. Be the hero in it. And good night.